let's talk about what construction site safety is really about. Look, it's not just a rule book somebody hands you. It's a mindset. It's about thinking ahead, paying attention, and making sure that everyone, and I mean everyone, gets to go home safe at the end of the day.
And if you ever wonder why this is so important, just look at this number. Let it sink in for a second. On average, more than 3 construction workers are killed on the job every single day. These aren't just statistics. These are tragedies that are almost always preventable. That's why we're talking about this today. So where does being safe even begin? Well, it starts with you before you even set foot on the site. It starts with your personal protective equipment, your PPE. Think of it as your personal armor. It's your first and, honestly, your most important line of defense out there. Now, this might just look like a basic uniform, but every single piece here is critical. Your hard hat, that's what saves you from falling debris. That bright vest, it's so the heavy equipment operators can see you. Eye protection is absolutely non-negotiable. And yeah, even a simple shirt with sleeves, long pants, and good, sturdy work boots, that's your basic shield against all the cuts, scrapes, and punctures that are just waiting to happen. This isn't a suggestion, it's the bare minimum. You know, once your hearing is gone, it's gone for good. But the good news is hearing loss is completely preventable. You've got 2 main choices, earplugs or earmuffs. So how do you know when it's time to use them? It's actually super simple. Here's the rule. If you have to yell to be heard by someone standing just 3 feet away from you, you absolutely need hearing protection. And if it's crazy loud, you might even need to double up and use both. Okay, here's one a lot of people don't take seriously enough, wet concrete. That stuff is super caustic, and it can give you some really nasty chemical burns. That's why anytime you're working near it, you've got to have waterproof gloves and rubber boots on. No excuses. And if you do get some on your skin, wash it off with clean water right away. Don't wait. For anyone who's going to be working up high, this right here is your literal lifeline. First things first, inspect your harness every single day before you put it on. You're looking for any cuts, frays, or cracked buckles. See any damage? Don't use it. Get a new one. When you put it on, follow this order. Waist first, then the chest, then both legs. And the last step is the most critical. Give everything a final tug and make sure it's all snug and secure. All right, so you're geared up properly. Now it's time to understand the world you're walking into. This next part is all about knowing how to spot the most common and, frankly, the most deadly hazards on any construction site. Let me ask you something. Just think about it for a second. Falls are the #1 killer in construction. They account for about 1/3 of all deaths. So what do you think? At what height does a fall get so serious that you're officially required to have protection? 6 feet. That's it. Anytime you could potentially fall more than 6 feet, you have to be protected. We're talking about an open floor, working on scaffolding, the edge of a roof. 6 feet. It's probably not as high as you thought, right? So when you don't have something solid like a guardrail, this is what saves you: a personal fall arrest system. It's really just a 3-part system designed to stop you from hitting the ground. You've got your anchor point, the connectors, like a lanyard, and that full-body harness we just talked about. All 3 pieces have to be there and used the right way for it to work. Trenches are another huge danger zone. The rules for them are crystal clear. If a trench is over 5 feet deep, it has to be protected from caving in. Period. Every single trench, no matter how shallow, needs to be inspected by a qualified person every day before anyone gets in. And you always have to have a way out, like a ladder within 25 feet of you. You know, ladders seem so simple, but they cause so many accidents. So before you even think about climbing one, just run through this quick mental checklist. Is it broken? Is it on solid, level ground? Is it tied off? Good. Now, when you climb, face the ladder, use both hands. You can pull your tools up with a rope and bucket later. And please, for the love of all that is holy, never ever stand on the top 2 steps. Just don't do it. Okay, we've gone over your personal gear and the big physical dangers on site. Now let's kind of zoom out a bit and talk about the overall rules and procedures that make a site safe. This is like the blueprint for how everyone should act. This one couldn't be more straightforward. There's 0 gray area here. You cannot be on a job site under the influence of drugs or alcohol. It puts you in danger and it puts everyone around you in danger. It's a 0 tolerance policy. Same goes for any kind of weapons. This is so important. No injury is too small to report. But what's just as crucial is reporting the near misses. You know, those close calls where someone almost got hurt. When you report those, it gives the whole team a chance to fix the problem before it turns into a real accident next time.
If a small fire breaks out, knowing this can make all the difference. The easiest way to remember what to do is just think of the word pass. P is for pull the pin. A is for aim the nozzle at the base of the fire, not the flames. S is for squeeze the handle, and the last S is for sweep, moving the nozzle back and forth. PASS. It's simple, it's effective, and it's easy to remember when things get chaotic.
And that brings us to our last section, which is honestly the most important one. All the gear and rules in the world don't matter if we're not all in it together. Real safety is a team sport. It's about building a culture where looking out for each other is just what you do.
And speaking of culture, this goes right back to those false statistics. You might think the biggest cause of slips, trips, and falls is some big dramatic hazard. It's not. It's poor housekeeping. Scrap wood, tools left lying around, tangled cords, all of it. Keeping your workspace clean isn't just about being neat. It's one of the most basic and effective safety practices there is.
This is really what it all boils down to, isn't it? Safety isn't just about you protecting yourself. It's a promise. It's about looking out for the guy or gal working beside you and knowing, trusting, that they're doing the same for you. So, I'll just leave you with this question to think about. When you go to work, it's not just about which rules you follow. It's about who you're protecting. Yourself, sure, but also your coworkers, your team, and all the people who are waiting for you to come home. So, who are you keeping safe today?